Socializing is another important element in well-being and navigating the winter blues. So invite your friends over, put the kettle on and indulge in a decadent chocolate cake, a taste of pure excellence.
We're going to be making a chocolate cake, and as you can see it, I'm not sure if SA can actually focus on this. You see we've got this cake over here, right? And you might be wondering what makes it look so beautifully shiny and beautifully gorgeous and moist. The ingredients that we're using today are basically the answer to that. But before we go into the actual cake, Zoreda, I'm going to ask you to start the ganache for us. Baking's
not my thing, because baking's a proper science, and I'm much better with cooking than I am with baking, so you're going to have to hold my hand.
I fully understand, no problem. So we've got some chocolate over here. We're actually using dark chocolate, and into that we're going to pour in some hot cream. And when I say hot, I don't mean boiling, so you can put it in there so long. We don't mean boiling hot where it's basically boiling over. You basically want to heat it up so that it is hot enough to melt our chocolate in that little bowl. You can put all of it in there, don't you worry, go all in there. And once we've done that, we're going to let it basically sit in there and let the chocolate melt up and become the sauce that we want it to be, because we want the ganache to basically go on the top of the cake, and we're going to ice the cake with that.
Okay.
But while we do that, I'm going to go into the dry ingredients, but you have some knowledge about cocoa powder that I don't seem to.
So I have cacao every single day in my life. I'm not too sure how many of you are familiar with this, but cacao is, number one, a mood booster, and that's why we love chocolate, right? Because it makes us feel good.
Yeah.
It is packed with magnesium, packed with iron, packed with flavonoids, and it is also good for your blood pressure, believe it or not.
So in essence, what Zoreda is saying is that chocolate cake is good for you.
That's exactly what I'm saying, yes.
So in here, I've got our dry ingredients, and as you saw, I added our cocoa powder into this that you were telling us about. But in here as well, we've also got some flour, we've got some baking powder, some bicarb, and then we've also added some cornstarch into this. And the reason for that is to basically allow the cake to be nice and soft as well on the inside. This is a trick if you don't have any buttermilk at home, because buttermilk is important in this particular recipe since we're using bicarb. Very easy. We've got some milk in here. You add some vinegar into that. Let that baby sit and basically create the buttermilk while we're making the rest of our cake.
Can I start stirring this?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you can do that. Into our wet ingredients, we're going with two of my favorite ingredients to actually surprisingly add into a cake. And one of them is our Excella mayonnaise. But starting off, I'm going to add our Excella...
Sorry, did you say mayonnaise?
Yes, girl.
In cake?
Inside of a cake. So let me just...
Can you explain that?
Okay, awesome. So normally when people bake, there has to be an addition of eggs in there, right?
Yes.
But when it comes to, sometimes let's just say you've run out of eggs and you want to bake your cake, but you don't have. You can definitely use some mayonnaise into your cake, because it adds an additional richness to your cake and also just plays the part of the eggs that you would normally have in there, and it's already got the oil in there. But in our case, we're going to be using some of our Excella sunflower oil. It is such a versatile ingredient. Its versatility, its neutral taste makes it so easy to incorporate into any type of recipe. Into the sugars, I've added some of my Excella oil, and then into that, I'm going with this other favorite here that in my case, because of I've mentioned to you that we use it in all types of cooking. It is that versatile. And thanks to the, versatility of it, it is great in both hot and cold applications, which is why it is such a great addition to this recipe. So now that we've done part of our wet ingredients, I'm going to go in then with the other additional richness, which I think the one thing that eggs do, not only do they assist with being a binding ingredient, but they also assist with structure and richness in a cake. And I was talking about that shininess. It basically is the result of all of these ingredients that we put together. So I'm just going to hurry on up here so I can show you how this batter comes together. We've got our buttermilk that I was telling you about. That goes in. And to make sure that our cake is mixed perfectly, we do the additions in two parts. So I'm going to add half of our dry ingredients into our wet mix. And then once I've done that, I'm going to add another addition, which is also very important, and that is hot coffee. It doesn't impart too much flavor into your cake, but it does make sure that the cake comes out rich and glistening and shining. So I'm just going to mix all of this together. And in essence, once you've mixed up your batter, I've done the first batch here where I'm mixing, and the reason for the two additions is so that you also don't overmix your cake. So we've done the first part of the batter. I add in our wet ingredients, which is our hot coffee. our dry ingredients, mix all of this together, put this baby into the oven for 30 to 35 minutes at 175 degrees, and you've got that delicious cake.
And it's going to look like that.
And it's going to look like that, and if you want to, you can eat it as is, or ice it up like you've got right there in front of you.
Can I start icing?
You can definitely do that. You can, and if for any reason you are interested in making this cake and you are interested in entering the Excella Young Chef competition, this is your chance. If you are a qualified chef with at least 3 years of experience, are under the age of 35 and have a confident personality to be on TV, then why not enter the Excella Young Chef competition, where you stand a chance of winning 20,000 Rand and that title of Excella Young Chef for 2023. To enter, follow the Excella Young Chef competition link on the Afternoon Express's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages, and on our website. Upload a video of yourself sharing your name, a short intro about yourself, where and when you qualified, and describe your signature Excella dish using Excella rice, Excella sunflower oil, or Excella mayonnaise, and tell us why your meal is made excellent with Excella. Entries close on the 31st of July at midday. T's and C's apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. Excella, a taste of pure excellence. And also, if you want to get this recipe, make sure to head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. But Zareda, I think we've done enough cooking and baking for the day. Can we go?
Can we eat?
Join everyone and have this cake. Please bring the cake along. Let's go enjoy ourselves.